Hi Nutrition 430, welcome to our spring 2018 class. My name is Dr. Laura Hutchinson-Christoph and I'll be your professor for this class. As you can see here, this is our welcome board, and if you're watching this video, you got there, and you can find the syllabus on this board, which is what I am going to be going through with you in this little intro lesson. So as you can see here, my name is Dr. Laura Hutchinson-Christoph. My email is lhutchinson@umass.edu, and these are my office hours. You can make an appointment by Skype, email, phone, FaceTime, and then our class meeting time. This is not a class where you have to be here at a specific time, so you can do the work in a sequential fashion on your own time when it suits you. And I will be, having various due dates, which I'll talk about in a little bit. And so you just need to make sure you're staying on task, meeting the deadlines, and we will all get through this class together in spring 2018. So as you can see here, this is an upper level undergrad class in nutrition for mostly juniors and some seniors as well. You'll have completed Nutrition 230, A&P, Organic Chem, and Biochem 420, or their equivalents. And the objectives of this course are to understand the theories and principles of energy metabolism and to apply them to human health and disease, to integrate the structure and biochemical functions of the nutrients with metabolic functions and pathways, understand the regulatory controls of the nutrient metabolism and their interrelationships in energy metabolism, understand the impact of availability, excess, or deficiency of the nutrients that can influence fuel metabolism and human health, and finally to apply the knowledge of the role of the environment, food, and lifestyle choices on health and disease. So I really love to think about this class as sort of being a revisit to some of the key concepts that you learned in a broad perspective in Nutrition 230, with now the increased understanding of biochemistry, so we can really get in to the specific metabolic pathways. And I love Nutrition 430 because it's really where all of the organic chem and the A&P and the Nutrition 230 all come together to make you have a really great scientific understanding of carbs and protein and fat, as well as some vitamins and minerals as well that are affected by energy metabolism and involved in it. So as you can see here, this class is worth 500 points total. There are 3 exams in this course. Each exam, it covers a third of the semester's material. One is given on the first third of the semester, next one the second third, and the last one during finals. You'll be given 4 homework assignments, which are 25 points each. And as you navigate Blackboard, you can see that first assignment up there now. You have to turn in homework by the deadline, and there are no exceptions to lateness here. I post them very far in advance, a few weeks at least, and so you have plenty of time to be answering your homework assignments. So just make sure you stay on task with deadlines and due dates, and I will do, in return, make sure that all of your things are graded, within a week's time. With discussions are worth 100 points as well, and usually discussions will bring up some sort of current research or pop culture related to nutrition and allow you to apply what you're learning in class to some of those key concepts. And then you can see here that the grading scale is over here in terms of percentages, just as a reminder, very similar to all your other classes. In terms of expectation, we have an expectation of respect for each other and for me. Make sure that you are addressing your classmates and your professors in an appropriate and respectful way. Active participation, make sure you're interacting on these discussion boards, make sure you're communicating with me when you have questions, and this class will run a lot more smoothly for everyone. Also, make sure you complete the assigned readings before you take quizzes, before you start your homeworks, and before you address the discussion sections. And then communication, make sure that you have realistic expectations for communication. I always respond to emails within 24 hours on weekdays, 48 hours on weekends, and 72 hours during vacation time. So March spring break or a long weekend or those sorts of things, there might be a little bit more of a lag time. However, if you don't hear back from me in that time period, resend the email, because sometimes things do get lost in cyberspace. And as you can see here, this is the course schedule. So when you look at the course schedule, you can see that from January 22nd until the 10th of February, we'll be covering chapters 1, 7, and 8. And I've posted, for you to view and get started with on Blackboard that part of the course already. On February 11th, the next part of the course will open up, and that will be on chapters 3 and 4, so that will cover carbohydrates and fiber. And then after that, on March 4th, you'll have your first exam. And so before your first exam, you'll be covering a couple discussions, a couple of homeworks, and a couple of quizzes, all of which will lead up to the exam and really prepare you for it well. Then we have our third part of the class opening up on March 5th, and that is on lipids. So chapter 5 is on lipids, and as you probably remember from Nutrition 230 and from biochemistry, lipids are quite complicated, so they'll take up a big chunk of this semester. And again, you'll have some readings, lecture, homeworks, discussion, and an exam. And then lastly, you'll be covering protein, which is chapter 6, and then just touching on very briefly all of the vitamins and minerals, both water-soluble and fat-soluble vitamins and major and trace minerals that are involved in energy metabolism as well. There will be some homeworks on the vitamins and minerals in which each student is going to focus on one vitamin and one mineral specifically and how its role in energy metabolism takes place. So just stay tuned for that. This seems like a lot of content in terms of the other thirds of the semester were 1 to 3 chapters, and then this looks like it's 7 chapters, but really we're just skimming the surface with vitamins and minerals. And then if all of you go on to get your master's degrees, then you'll take the biochemistry of vitamins and biochemistry of minerals and learn about each vitamin and mineral in a little bit more comprehensive way. So if we head back to the welcome page on Blackboard, you can see over here that there's this section called weekly unit content. And if you click on it, you can see that what's available for you right now is Unit 1, which is chapters 1, 7, and 8 from January 22nd to February 10th. As you can see here, the topics are introduction and review of the cell, and then energy metabolism, exercise, and weight management, which will be, a brief overview of these, because as we get into carbs, protein, and fat, we'll really learn how all the fuel is utilized, and we'll be referencing back to chapter 7 and 8 after that. So then you can see your assignments here are to read chapter 1 and skim chapter 7 and 8 by the 4th, to watch all of the chapter 1 lectures by the 6th, to complete homework number 1, which is on chapters 1, 7, and 8, and 2 posts by the 10th for your discussion. So, and then as we head into Unit 1, you can see that there are 3 different categories here. So you have homework 1 and a description of homework number 1. So you'll click on there, log in, look at the homework, make sure you answer it, and then you'll upload your file of the homework right into this section here. You have your discussion 1, you'll click on the discussion and you'll do a post and respond to some classmates' posts, and you'll head into the lectures, which is a little bit of a folder on each of the units. And as you can see here, the lectures, there's a bunch of them. So we have the parts of a cell. So we have The Secret Life of a Cell, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Steps of Glycolysis, the Krebs and citric acid cycle, the electron transport chain, and also one on nutrient and gene interaction. So there's, about an hour and a half or so of lecture videos on here for you to watch. in Unit 1, so just make sure you head in there and watch them. In addition to these lectures, I'm going to be posting a little video at the beginning of each of these units just to give you an overview of what you're looking at, what the expectations are, and how to make sure you get in touch with me if you need to and need a little bit more support and need some help navigating. So this class is open on January 15th, so jump on in and start taking a look. Feel free to ask any questions that you have, and I really look forward to working with all of you this semester. Have a great day, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your little break.